Hey everybody, Father Gary here with summer seminarian Tom Robertson. Tom's been with us, since the end of June, I guess, and gosh, the summer's flying, and we're only going to have you for a couple more weeks here through August, and then you return to complete your studies in Rome, studying at the North American College. But before we get there, for the people at St. Peter's who've been seeing you on the altar and such like that, could you maybe tell us a little bit about where you grew up, something about your family situation, how you got connected with the Archdiocese of Washington?
Yeah, so it's fairly simple. I grew up just north of the city in Darnestown, Maryland. I went through Catholic schools, went to Gonzaga right here in the city, and had a good experience there, getting to know the city itself, and I was on the water as a rower. And then after that, I went to the University of Delaware to hopefully do a degree in both finance and fine arts. My goal was to open up a gallery or a bar of some kind here in the city. There's definitely an art scene here. But after that, God had a very different plan for me. Or not after that, but in the midst of that.
God has a way of doing that. All right, so you kind of heard a call and you hooked up with the Archdiocese of Washington.
Yeah, and so the call itself was very simple. I went to a Mass at Thanksgiving. My mom begged me to come back to Mass, and I showed up, and I just was so drawn to the altar. And I tried to, get rid of this call, so to say, and especially being in college and having a lot of fun. But at the same time, I couldn't shake it. So I had known some good priests in the Archdiocese and really great examples that kind of kept in touch. And so I was able to go back to them, which means, always being able to come home. I love that line out in front of St. Peter's. All Catholics can always come home. They're always welcome back. So that's what happened. I came back, and within the year, I entered seminary.
You heard God's call, and somewhat through the agency of your mother. Did you hear that, mothers out there? Okay, get your kids into the church. And of course, God calls in many different ways. You've probably seen a large expression of call here at St. Peter's, working here in the summer, quite a diverse parish, and maybe you could tell us something about your experience.
Yeah. Well, a whole lot of gratitude for me being able to be here, for being in a parish. Things this last year were pretty tough, being in Italy with COVID and everything. So it's great to be back and to see a parish, the different Sunday masses kind of coming alive again, having music again, seeing families again, and just St. Peter's in general, how young it is, being able to work here with the young adults but all the families that are here, and the longtime parishioners too. It's been just so welcoming and such a great.
I will say my tremendous gratitude, because you sort of just jumped right in. You really connected well to the various groups in the parish. You've done a talk series. You've just kind of done baptism prep classes. You've done a lot of altar ministry. You've done little small group ministries and home visitations. So you really met a lot of people in your short time here, and hopefully made a lot of lasting friendships. Now, you're going to go back to Rome this fall, and tell us the exciting news.
Yeah, so I've received my call to orders to be ordained in Rome at St. Peter's on September 30th.
As a deacon.
So as a deacon. And then hopefully I'll receive my call to orders for the priesthood to be ordained here next spring in Washington. But this fall, it's very exciting to approach this ordination with a lot of logistics, trying to get my family and friends and all these folks over there in the midst of COVID and everything. But it's really, it's also such a just prayerful experience, and this time here at St. Peter's is really forming that entry into this, hopefully this beautiful ordination in this last year of seminary work before hopefully becoming, God willing, a priest in the Archdiocese and being somewhere like St. Peter's, hopefully.
Absolutely. Well, I remember December of 1993 when I was being ordained a deacon, and the tremendous blessing that was of having family and friends come over for that beautiful celebration. Okay, well, let's end it here with where we are situated. You're looking at the backdrop saying, well, couldn't they pick a better backdrop than that? Well, we're in the sacristy of St. Peter's Church, and the sacristy, let's say, over the years, has become a kind of a drab place. We actually had some water intrusion issues and such like that. And Tom, when he arrived here, says, I'm kind of a bit of a handyman, and I can do some work, and maybe I could take this on as a special project. So tell us kind of what you've been doing in here, Tom.
Yeah, so some just humidity, and over the years, a lot of grime builds up. Before I say anything, I really just want to thank a lot of the help has come from the young adult group. They were in here last Monday, and I will be back next Monday if they choose to return. But it's been really great to have their help and to just get a fresh layer of primer and a final coat, but also just to clean the floors, the woodwork. Behind me, we have this old safe that you don't really see in a lot of parishes ever. But when they built this church, they built two of these safes, one in here and one in the rectory too, and they're beautiful, but the inside is all cement, and it took about a gallon and a half of paint to get that first layer down. But it's really, you can see how bright it is just coming through the door right now, and that's where we keep a lot of it.
2 weeks ago we couldn't have filmed in here because it was so drab and dark. So a couple of new light bulbs, some fresh paint, and a little spick and span, and we're looking pretty good in here, so work in progress.
Absolutely, yes. You can see, not everything's painted all the way through.
Okay, we'll give anyone a tour of the sacristy in the future if you'd like to, just $1.50 a person. Just kidding. Okay, well, it's been great visiting with you, and thanks for all you've done, the real contributions you've made in a very short time, and we're looking forward to that news that you're called to orders as a priest next summer, God willing.
Well, yeah, hopefully it'll be announced in the bulletin, and I look forward to returning here, hopefully someday as a priest, and at least saying a mass or two, we'll see. But it's been such a welcoming place, and St. Peter's has become a home in a short period of time too, so I'm very thankful.
God bless you on your way, Tom.
Thank you so much.
Okay.